Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another engaging episode of the Daily English Lab podcast, where we take steps together to learn English and improve our lives. I'm truly delighted to have you here today. Whether you're out for a stroll, working, relaxing, or studying, I appreciate you spending this time with me. By listening to English, you're already doing an amazing job, and I'm here to support your growth. So, let's embark on this journey together. Today, we'll delve into a fascinating and crucial topic: the differences between a rich mindset and a poor mindset. This discussion goes beyond just financial wealth. It encompasses how we think, make choices, and perceive life itself. Your mindset can profoundly influence your future, career, success, and even your happiness. You may wonder, what exactly is a mindset? Don't worry, I'll break it down in a simple manner. This episode has been crafted specifically for English learners like you, particularly if you're at the B1 level. I'll speak slowly and use straightforward language to ensure you can easily grasp the concepts and learn something new. So, what can you expect to learn today? First, we'll define what a mindset is. Then, we'll explore the contrasts between a rich mindset and a poor mindset. You'll also hear about two influential books that address this topic. Lastly, we'll discuss how you can begin shifting your own mindset to create a better life. The two books that inspired today's episode are Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Rich Dad Poor Dad shares the lessons Robert learned from two significant male figures in his life: his biological father, whom he calls the poor dad, and his best friend's father, the rich dad. Each had vastly different views on money, education, and what it means to be successful. In contrast, The Psychology of Money emphasizes that our beliefs and behaviors regarding money often stem from our emotions rather than pure logic. It illustrates how our actions and habits surrounding money reflect our mindset. In this episode, I won't provide a complete summary of these books. Instead, I'll extract the most valuable insights from both and present them in a way that's simple, clear, and beneficial for you. Are you ready to expand your mind and learn something that could genuinely transform your life? Let's dive into the rich mindset versus the poor mindset and discover how our thoughts can shape our futures. Let's start by understanding the term mindset. In simple terms, your mindset refers to the way you think. It's your attitude, your perspective on the world, your self-image, and how you view problems and opportunities. Think of your mindset as a pair of glasses. If they're clear, you can see well. If they're dirty, everything appears blurry. Similarly, a positive and strong mindset allows you to perceive the world with hope, courage, and creativity. In contrast, a negative or limited mindset causes you to see obstacles everywhere, making growth and success more challenging. To illustrate, let's imagine two individuals facing the same challenge. One may think, "This is too difficult. I can't do it. I'm not intelligent enough." The other, however, thinks, "This is tough, but I can learn. I'll explore new approaches. I won't give up." Despite facing identical problems, their thought processes are worlds apart. The first has a fixed mindset, believing they cannot change or improve, while the second possesses a growth mindset, confident in their ability to learn and evolve. And guess what? The individual with the growth mindset typically finds success because they persist in learning and trying new things. Your mindset influences every aspect of your life: how you study, work, interact with others, and perceive yourself. Most importantly, it shapes the daily decisions you make, and those small choices collectively determine your future. Now, let's talk about mindset in relation to money. Many individuals think that financial success comes solely from hard work and saving. However, that's just a part of the equation. What's often overlooked is that our mindset regarding money is even more critical. If you believe money is evil, that wealthy individuals are greedy, or that you'll never be rich because of your background, those thoughts can hinder your success. You may work tirelessly, but your mindset can restrict your growth. On the flip side, a rich mindset views money as a tool, something to be learned about and utilized to enhance your life and assist others. This perspective opens doors to opportunities. It's not about the amount of money you possess today. It's about how you think, learn, and grow concerning finances. A person with a rich mindset actively seeks new ways to earn, save, and invest. They don't just work for money. they discover how to make money work for them. Mindset is not a trivial matter. It is everything. Your way of thinking can make you feel trapped or empower you to move forward. It can keep you limited in your thoughts or enrich you with ideas, actions, and outcomes. That's why before discussing how to earn more money or achieve success, we must first examine our thought patterns, as your mindset is the true key to change. Now that we've established what a mindset is, let's explore the rich mindset. A rich mindset is not merely about possessing wealth. It's primarily about how you perceive money, learning, and life. Individuals with a rich mindset believe in growth, learning, and taking charge of their futures. They don't wait for opportunities to arise. They actively create them through thoughtful actions and lessons learned from each experience. Point 1 fundamental belief of a rich mindset is, I can learn and grow. People with this mindset do not view themselves as limited. If they lack knowledge in an area, they seek to learn about it. If they encounter failure, they regard it as a valuable lesson rather than a final judgment. For example, consider someone who is unfamiliar with investing. A person with a poor mindset might think, it's too complicated. I'm not smart enough to grasp money matters. Conversely, someone with a rich mindset would say, I don't understand it yet, but I can learn step by step. I can read books, listen to podcasts, or seek guidance from knowledgeable individuals. This simple belief opens the door to growth and success. Another essential belief is, I am responsible for my life. Those with a rich mindset do not assign blame to others for their circumstances. They refrain from saying, I'm poor because my parents were poor, or I can't succeed because the system is unfair. Instead, they acknowledge, my past does not dictate my future. I can change my life by making different choices. This belief is incredibly empowering. It allows them to take control of their time, learning, and actions. Even when life presents challenges, they believe they have the power to improve their situation. A key principle of the rich mindset is to make money work for you. Many individuals labor for money, trading their time for a paycheck, only to spend it all afterward. In contrast, a rich mindset asks, how can I use this money to generate more income? They contemplate investing, starting a small business, or leveraging their skills in intelligent ways. For instance, rather than spending their entire salary, they might save a portion, educate themselves on investment strategies, and utilize that money to create additional income streams. Think of it like planting a seed. When nurtured, it grows into a tree that bears fruit repeatedly. To illustrate, consider two friends earning similar salaries. One indulges in luxury items, dining out frequently, and spends all his money. The other saves diligently, learns about online business opportunities, and starts a side hustle. After a year, who is in a better position? Naturally, the second friend, thanks to their mindset. They chose to learn, take responsibility, and manage their finances wisely. Individuals with a rich mindset are unafraid to explore new avenues. They understand that risk is an integral part of life and do not wait for the perfect moment. They continuously seek knowledge through books, mentors, or life experiences. They remain curious and open-minded, always thinking long-term. They don't merely focus on the present. They envision their future 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. So remember, being rich is not solely about having a lavish home or an expensive car. It begins with how you think. When you embrace learning, take control of your life, and manage your finances wisely, you've already adopted the rich mindset. With this mindset, success will come to you gradually and surely. Now, let's turn our attention to the poor mindset. A poor mindset doesn't necessarily mean one lacks money. Instead, it refers to a way of thinking that constrains personal growth, learning, and future success. A poor mindset keeps individuals stagnant, even when they aspire for a better life. It's not about current financial status, but rather about one's thought process. A common trait of a poor mindset is fear and doubt. Those with a poor mindset often hesitate to try new things and voice concerns like, what if I fail? Or what if others ridicule me? Such fears can prevent them from learning, working hard, or taking different approaches. For example, if someone is too afraid to start a small business or learn a new skill, they may miss out on valuable opportunities. Another prevalent belief among those with a poor mindset is blame. They often say, It's not my fault. They may point fingers at their parents, employers, schools, the government, or even the economy, claiming, I can't succeed because life is difficult, or the wealthy are just lucky. This mindset robs them of their power. By always blaming others, they relinquish control over their own lives. Conversely, individuals with a rich mindset say, yes, life is challenging, but I will give it my all. Another significant belief in a poor mindset is the notion of working solely for money. This perspective suggests that the only way to survive is to labor harder without learning how to grow their wealth. They don't contemplate saving, investing, or acquiring new skills. They simply await their salary and spend it. For instance, one person may toil for 10 hours daily without pondering, is there a more intelligent way to utilize my time and money? In contrast, a rich mindset consistently asks that question. Consider two individuals in the same job earning the same salary. One uses their free time to watch television and play games, while the other dedicates some of that time to educate themselves about business, enroll in free online courses, or work on a small project. After a year, the first person remains stagnant, while the second has acquired new skills, possibly developed a side income, and gained more knowledge. The difference isn't luck, it's mindset. That a poor mindset also leans heavily towards short-term thinking. Many desire immediate results and quick success without the effort of learning or trying. If something appears challenging, they easily give up, declaring, it's too hard, or I'll never be wealthy. The reality is that genuine success requires time, patience, and incremental steps. Individuals with a poor mindset often fail before they even begin because they abandon their pursuits too early. Additionally, many with a poor mindset believe that money is inherently bad or that wealthy individuals are greedy. This belief instills guilt about wanting more. However, money is merely a tool. It can be used for good or ill, depending on how one wields it. A kind-hearted person can use more money to help others, but those with a poor mindset fail to see this potential. In essence, a poor mindset is characterized by fear, blame, doubt, and limited thinking. It encourages individuals to remain stagnant and avoid risks, hindering their learning and growth. The encouraging news is that we can change our mindset. Though it requires time and effort, we can gradually shift from poor thinking to rich thinking. And that is where real success begins. Let's now discuss the lessons from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This influential book has transformed the thinking of millions regarding money. It's not merely about how to accumulate wealth. It's about adopting a different mindset. The author, Robert, shares tales from his childhood, where he had two father figures, his biological father, the poor dad, and the father of his best friend, the rich dad. The poor dad was well-educated, held a stable job, and worked hard, believing in traditional paths to financial security. Yet, despite his efforts, he continually struggled with money. He often advised Robert with phrases like, "We can't afford that," or "focus on school to secure a good job." In contrast, the rich dad, though less formally educated, was adept with money. He owned businesses, invested in real estate, and educated Robert on financial literacy. He frequently posed questions like, "How can we afford that?" and encouraged Robert to learn how to make money work for him rather than being a lifelong employee. These two father figures embodied different philosophies about money and life. One adhered to traditional wisdom that emphasized education and job security, while the other championed financial education and entrepreneurial thinking. The core message of the book is that mindset shapes your future. The poor dad operated with a poor mindset, fearing risks and seeking job security, which kept him financially stagnant despite his hard work. In contrast, the rich dad embraced a rich mindset, believing in taking calculated risks, learning through experience, and making wise use of time and money. He taught Robert that it's not just about how much money you earn. It's about how much you retain and grow. A key lesson from the book is that the poor and middle classes work for money, whereas the wealthy make money work for them. This means that most people go to work, receive their paychecks, and spend their earnings, creating a cycle. In contrast, wealthy individuals find ways to generate income even when they aren't working. They invest in assets like rental properties, businesses, or stocks to create passive income streams. A rich mindset actively seeks these opportunities. The Book also highlights the shortcomings of the traditional education system, which often neglects to teach financial literacy. While we learn subjects like math and science, we often miss out on essential skills for managing and growing our finances. That's why financial education is crucial. Robert learned that he must pursue knowledge about money through reading, asking questions, and gaining practical experience. Learning should never cease. Another significant lesson revolves around fear and taking action. Many individuals fear losing money or failing, which prevents them from trying new ventures. However, the rich dad believed that mistakes are part of the learning process. He famously said, "Don't fear losing, fear never learning." The most powerful takeaway from the book is that your thoughts and beliefs shape your financial future. If you believe in your capacity to learn, grow, and take charge of your financial life, you are already on the path to success. Conversely, if you think that wealth is only for the fortunate, it becomes increasingly challenging to achieve your goals. This underscores the importance of changing your mindset as the first step toward change. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is not just a narrative. It's a lesson on how our thinking can transform our lives. The rich dad didn't merely possess more money. He had a distinctive perspective. He believed in growth, learning, and taking action, which led to his success. You don't need to be wealthy to start. You simply need to think like a wealthy person. Cultivate curiosity, seek knowledge, take small steps, and embrace the possibility of failure. That's the essence of a rich mindset, and this book helps us grasp it. Now let's explore the insights from another impactful book, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book isn't about rapid wealth accumulation or complex investment strategies. It delves into something more profound, how people think and feel about money. The central premise of this book is that achieving financial success isn't solely about intelligence. It's more about behavior, how you act, the decisions you make, and how you manage money over time. Morgan Housel explains that people often make financial choices based on emotions rather than logic. We spend, save, invest, and even borrow money based on our feelings. For instance, some individuals may hesitate to invest out of fear, while others may feel pressured to spend in order to impress others. One of the essential lessons in the book is that you don't need to be a genius to succeed with money. It doesn't require perfect math skills or a high-paying job. What you need is patience, discipline, and sound behavior. This means making smart choices consistently over time. For example, someone who saves a small amount every month for many years may end up wealthier than someone who earns a larger income but spends it all. The book also highlights that each person has a unique story regarding money. Some grow up in affluent households, while others face financial struggles. These life experiences shape our perceptions of money. Consequently, two people can view the same situation and make different decisions. One might see investing in stocks as a safe bet, while another might deem it too risky. Morgan emphasizes that financial success stems not from a single grand decision, but from a series of small, sound choices made consistently over time. Wealth often accumulates from saving slowly, spending less than you earn, and allowing your money to grow. Additionally, the book underscores that behavior matters more than knowledge. You could read numerous finance books, but if you still overspend or fail to save, that knowledge becomes useless. Conversely, someone with basic knowledge but excellent habits can achieve great success. Morgan also teaches that humility and patience are more valuable than being right all the time. Many try to outsmart the market or make quick riches, but often fail due to impatience. True success is achieved through calmness and focus over many years. The book also addresses the role of luck and risk. Morgan advises us not to judge others quickly. Someone might be wealthy due to luck or be struggling due to unfortunate circumstances, not because they lack financial acumen. Therefore, we should concentrate on our own journeys and treat others kindly. Moreover, save not only for material possessions, but for freedom. The real purpose of saving is to provide yourself with choices in life. By saving money, you're essentially buying yourself time, peace, and freedom. You can choose not to work in a job you dislike, take a break when needed, or help others in need. That's the true power of money. In summary, The Psychology of Money illustrates that being adept with money is more about mindset and habits than intelligence or luck. It encourages patience, saving, and avoiding comparisons with others. while focusing on long-term objectives. The book reminds us that money is not just numbers. It's emotional, personal, and deeply human. Once we learn to manage our financial behavior, we start to feel more confident, liberated, and in control of our lives. Now, let's highlight the significant differences between a rich mindset and a poor mindset. This distinction isn't determined by how much money one has. A wealthy individual can possess a poor mindset, and a person with little money can have a rich mindset. It's not about the cash in your wallet. It's about the thoughts in your mind. The way we think daily shapes our future, making it crucial. To learn about these differences and start cultivating a rich mindset, irrespective of our background, those with a rich mindset believe in growth, learning, and personal accountability. They think, I can learn anything if I put in the effort. I can change my life through hard work and wise choices. On the contrary, a poor mindset often resounds with thoughts like, this is just how I am. I can't change. Life is unjust. The rich mindset seeks solutions, while the poor mindset fixates on problems. For instance, consider two individuals who lose their jobs. One laments, this is a catastrophe. I'm so unlucky. Life is always against me. The other reflects, this is challenging, but what can I learn? Perhaps this is an opportunity to find a better job or start something new. The first person remains stuck, while the second forges ahead. This illustrates the power of mindset. Another significant difference lies in how each mindset perceives money and time. A rich mindset takes a long-term approach, saving and investing with the belief that small daily actions can yield significant results over time. In contrast, a poor mindset often seeks immediate gratification, spending all their money today, without regard for tomorrow. For example, a rich mindset thinks, if I save and invest this $100 each month, it can grow into thousands. Meanwhile, a poor mindset thinks, it's only $100, let me buy something fun. One is building a future, the other is squandering it. Education and continuous learning are also key distinctions. A rich mindset embraces lifelong learning beyond formal education. They read, listen to podcasts, ask questions, and strive to grow because they understand that knowledge is power. Conversely, a poor mindset often declares, I'm done with learning. School is over. I know enough. Yet, in reality, learning is essential for growth, much like food for sustenance. People with a rich mindset learn from their mistakes, while those with a poor mindset fear failure and cease trying. A rich mindset views hard work as a pathway to success, believing that diligence will yield rewards. In contrast, a poor mindset seeks easy success, saying, why work so hard? It won't change anything, and waiting for luck instead of actively building their success. Moreover, the way each mindset perceives the success of others is different. A rich mindset celebrates the achievements of others, thinking, if they can do it, perhaps I can too. This mindset draws inspiration from others, while a poor mindset breeds jealousy, lamenting, why them? Life is unfair. However, learning from successful individuals accelerates personal growth. Lastly, those with a rich mindset take responsibility. They don't blame external factors like the government, their parents, or the economy for their situations. When faced with challenges, they ask, what can I do to change this? In contrast, a poor mindset consistently finds someone else to blame, saying, it's not my fault. I can't do anything, which keeps them immobilized. It is evident that a rich mindset embodies hope, discipline, growth, and action, while a poor mindset is characterized by fear, blame, doubt, and passivity. And remember, this isn't merely about the wealthy versus the impoverished, it's about a choice of thinking. You can begin today. You don't need wealth to cultivate a rich mindset. You just need to change how you think, speak, and act. By fostering a rich mindset, you can create, grow, and enhance your life, while a poor mindset could lead to losing everything, regardless of wealth. Now, let's explore how to develop a rich mindset step by step. Cultivating a rich mindset is attainable for anyone, regardless of background or financial status. A rich mindset begins with your thoughts, attitudes, and the small decisions you make daily. You don't have to overhaul everything at once. Just take that first step. The first and most impactful step is to commit to learning something new every day. Those with a rich mindset never cease to learn. They recognize that knowledge can transform their lives. You don't need a formal education or expensive courses. You can read books, listen to podcasts, watch helpful videos, or converse with knowledgeable individuals. Learning doesn't have to be daunting or elaborate. For instance, reading just 10 pages of a book daily can accumulate to 3,650 pages in a year. That's the power of small, consistent efforts. People with a rich mindset are inherently curious. They ask questions like, how does this work? And what can I learn from this situation? Instead of fearing the unknown, they embrace the excitement of discovery. Another vital step is to save and invest money wisely. Individuals with a rich mindset understand that money is a tool, not merely for spending, but for building a brighter future. When they earn money, they don't spend it all. They save some and invest some. Saving provides peace of mind, while investing allows their wealth to grow over time. Even if you can only save a small amount, like $1 a day, that habit will build over time and become powerful. Taking small, calculated risks is another facet of a rich mindset. Those with this mindset don't shy away from risk. They learn to take smart, measured risks. They recognize that success requires action and courage, but don't leap without consideration. For instance, if someone aspires to start a business, they wouldn't quit their job outright. Instead, they might initiate a side project, learn what works, and grow gradually. If they encounter failure, they learn from it. If they succeed, they expand on that success. A rich mindset acknowledges that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone on the journey. A rich mindset also entails a firm focus on growth. This means believing that you can improve at anything with time and effort. For example, if you struggle with speaking English today, you can enhance your skills through practice and learning. A poor mindset might say, I can't do it, whereas a rich mindset asserts, I can't do it yet, but I'm learning. This subtle shift in perspective can make a world of difference. Moreover, maintaining positive thinking is crucial. This doesn't imply ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means believing that improvement is possible. Life has its ups and downs. A rich-minded person learns to say, this is tough, but I will find a solution. They replace negative thoughts like, I'm not intelligent, with empowering affirmations like, I'm still learning. This shift in thinking fuels their energy and hope, enabling them to maintain calm even in challenging times. Positive thinking acts as a beacon in dark moments, guiding individuals to see clearly and move forward. To cultivate a rich mindset. Start with small actions. Read something new today, save a little money, or take a tiny risk by trying something unfamiliar. Tell yourself, I'm growing every day. These modest steps may seem slow, but they hold tremendous power. Over time, they will transform your thinking, feelings, and actions. As your mindset evolves, your life will also begin to change. You will become more confident, hopeful, and focused on your future. This is the essence of a rich mindset. Remember, no one is born with a rich mindset. It's something we develop daily, one thought, one habit, and one decision at a time. With persistence, your mindset can become your greatest asset. Let me share a pertinent story with you. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Victor who lived in a quiet town where opportunities were scarce. Victor worked at a local grocery store, performing tasks like carrying boxes and cleaning floors. Each day felt the same. He would wake up early, work hard, and then return home exhausted, spending his evenings watching television. Deep down, Victor harbored dreams. He wanted to start a business or travel the world. Yet each time he contemplated these goals, a voice in his head would say, you're not smart enough. People like you never succeed. So he remained within his comfort zone, convinced he lacked the ability to change. One evening, after a long day on the job, Victor stumbled upon a short video featuring a man who had once been in a similar position but transformed his life by shifting his mindset. The man shared a powerful message. You don't need money to start. You need a new mindset. That statement resonated with Victor. No one had ever emphasized the importance of his thoughts before. He had always believed that success was determined by luck, but now he began to reconsider. What if my thinking is the real obstacle? From that moment on, Victor resolved to make a change. He began waking up 30 minutes earlier each day to read a book, Since he didn't have many books, he borrowed one from a friend about personal growth. He committed to reading a chapter each day. As he read, his self-belief began to blossom. He started asking himself questions like, what skills do I possess? And what can I do today to improve my future? At work, instead of merely following instructions, Victor began to observe how the store functioned. He noted customer preferences, product placements, and managerial decisions. He even struck up conversations with the manager about ways to enhance sales. Initially surprised, the manager soon appreciated Victor's enthusiasm and initiative. Gradually, Victor's confidence grew. He transformed from a mere employee into a budding leader that a year later, Victor launched a small food stand, aided by a loan from a local program supporting young entrepreneurs. Though it wasn't a massive business, it was his own. He applied everything he had learned at the grocery store to operate it efficiently. His stand gained popularity in the town due to his attentive customer service and fresh offerings. People began to respect him, and friends sought his advice. Victor was no longer the boy who cleaned floors. He had evolved into a young entrepreneur. Filled with aspirations for the future, Victor's life changed not because of luck or wealth, but due to a profound shift in his thinking. He transitioned from saying, I can't, to embracing the mindset of let me try. His journey didn't lead to instant riches, but it made him stronger, wiser, and more self-assured. His new mindset empowered him to create a life he had once only dreamed of, and it all began with a single thought: maybe I can. As we wrap up this enlightening discussion about mindset, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Your mindset encompasses your thoughts, beliefs, and worldview. It shapes your choices, actions, and ultimately, your future. We've explored two distinct mindsets: the rich mindset, which embraces growth, learning, and responsibility, versus the poor mindset, which is riddled with fear, blame, and doubt. The rich mindset actively seeks solutions, while the poor mindset remains fixated on problems. You don't need to be born into wealth, graduate from a prestigious school, or possess special talents to cultivate a rich mindset. All you need to do is start. Initiate small changes in your thinking. Ask yourself fresh questions, read informative materials, save a little money instead of spending it all, and engage with individuals who think positively rather than those who complain. When faced with challenges, instead of asking, why me? Consider, what can I learn from this experience? These minor adjustments will help you build a robust mindset over time, and that mindset will pave the way for new opportunities in your life. Remember, money may come and go, jobs may change, and life may surprise you in unexpected ways, but your mindset remains a constant companion. If you foster a rich mindset, you can start anew at any moment. You can turn a simple idea into a thriving business, acquire new skills, and enhance your future. You can confront obstacles with resilience. That's why your mindset is more powerful than money. While money can assist you temporarily, a strong mindset supports you for a lifetime. I encourage you today to believe in your capacity for growth. Even if you've faced setbacks in the past, your journey is far from over. You hold the power to choose a new path, and that journey begins with your thoughts. Every significant change starts with a small decision. Choose to think differently. Choose to believe in your potential. Choose to take control of your future. Your dreams are achievable, but only if your mindset is aligned. As we conclude this episode, I invite you to take action. Your engagement is vital, but taking action is how you truly grow. Let's do something together right now. I'll share a few affirmations, and I'd like you to repeat them out loud. Speaking helps reinforce your memory and understanding. Ready? Here we go. I can change my life. My mindset is powerful. I learn and grow every day. I believe in myself. I take small steps toward my big goals. I am not afraid of mistakes. I create my future with my thoughts. Great job. If you recited those affirmations, you just took a small but impactful step. These affirmations can be repeated daily, either in the morning or before bedtime, to train your mind to think positively and confidently. Even if you feel uncertain, saying these words regularly can shift your mindset. I also encourage you to engage in another activity after this podcast. Take out a notebook or open your phone and jot down what you've learned today. You don't need to write perfect English. Just capture your understanding. Perhaps you might write something like, a rich mindset means learning and growing, or I can choose how I think. Writing helps solidify your comprehension. If writing isn't your preference, try talking to yourself about today's topic. Yes, it's perfectly okay to have a conversation with yourself. Share what you've learned, what resonated with you, or what changes you want to implement. Additionally, I invite you to listen to this episode again. Repetition is one of the most effective ways to enhance your English skills. The second time you listen, you may catch words or phrases you missed initially. That's perfectly fine. Listen again, and this time, challenge yourself to repeat some of the sentences I shared. Pause the podcast, repeat the words aloud, and then press play again. This practice will improve your listening, speaking, and confidence. Remember, you are part of a growing community here at the Daily English Lab podcast. We are dedicated to helping you learn English and grow as individuals. Every episode is crafted with care to support you in speaking better, thinking better, and living better. So don't just be a listener. Take action. Share this episode with a friend, discuss it with someone, and return for more stories, learning, and growth. Thank you for being here today. You're doing wonderfully. Keep practicing, keep dreaming big, and keep nurturing your rich mindset. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.